Hello guys, and welcome to another day with Simulata. In today's video we're going to be replacing the fuel return line on this 3.0 liter diesel Dodge Sprinter, also known as Mercedes Sprinter and Freightliner Sprinter. So all these 3.0s are pretty much the same. You know, some of them use cheaper parts than others, but you know, it varies from year to year, like what kind of parts are you using. So you have to like make sure, like when you buy in parts, you check your VIN number. Just because it's a 3.0 doesn't necessarily take the same type of part as another 3.0. So in this particular case, I'll be using this type of fuel return line, and it is a plastic release type of piece. So the problem that we're having, one of these rubber pieces, it is leaking like right there on the side when I try to start it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on time lapse. I already have some good videos of me replacing these parts, and I'll just have you see me work, I guess. And my goal is to replace it really quick, and once I do, try to start it up, and hopefully this time I'm gonna have any issues. And I also need to replace this a hood relatch, like release the latch. For some reason there's two different kinds for the same year. When I inspected them, they look the same, except for one of them has this rubber piece that's over here, and one of them doesn't, but they're exactly the same price. So I got both of them. Also, as far as a fuel return line goes, I'm going to be making a little bit more of a detailed video on another Sprinter that I have, which is back here. This particular Sprinter has 3 leaking fuel injectors, which is located on the left side of the engine. I know you might be thinking you're pointing to the right, but mechanics terms, this is the left side of the engine. It's considered as you're sitting behind the steering wheel. So any kind of parts you buy online, I don't care what it is, you want to buy a left piece, left headlight, this is the left headlight, you know. So I know it could be confusing. So left would also be for the rear left as well. So if you're selling a part, make sure you put in like a left, and then you put like a driver's side or something, you know, not to have people be confused. Because some people, they don't understand mechanics terms, but that's the way everything is written as for all the parts and all the parts numbers. But anyways, I'm gonna stick it on time lapse and keep it going. So anyways guys, the fuel return line has been installed, which is this one. It's pretty much all common sense. You have to route things underneath here and all around right there, and boom, that's kind of like where it goes. So everything is now plugged in, so it is time for me to install this air box and be done with it, hopefully. Okay guys, it's time for the air box. For this one, I'm just gonna install it the normal way. After I install it, we're gonna go ahead and try it out, see what happens. Wish me luck, guys. Okay, it is now installed. I'm gonna grab a key and see how things go. All right, guys, remember the last time we had a leak. We also had some issues starting it, so let's see what happens this time. Well, it's not quitting. It's running. Any leaks? it. So far, so good. Well, that's a good feeling. So guys, I think this one is a success. I did not doubt myself. Guys, I'm gonna walk away a little bit so that we're not gonna have much noise. And here's what I want to tell you. So anyways, guys, I wanted to tell you everything that was done to this Sprinter. And this is why I was so concerned if it's actually going to start or not, because man, there's just so much that I did. And that was the first time that I attempted to start it. You guys were there to witness it. I did not try to hide anything. I just basically tried to put everything together, start it up, and see what happens after that major repair. Because you guys probably already know, anytime you do a major repair like that, you're either gonna hook up the wires wrong, maybe you forget to hook up some wires, maybe you just forget some stuff, you know, I don't know. And you might have some leaks, you might have some this, some that, some this, some that, you know, you never know. And this is why I was not sure what to expect. So far, everything that I have done, all the jobs, this is kind of like the result. You guys was pretty much there to witness it. Now, I don't always make a video of stuff that I do. Sometimes I do, and I just sort of put it on the back burner. I have some nice videos, and I just basically kind of like just leave them alone. But that being said, let me tell you everything that was done to this. So anyways, guys, let me tell you everything that was done to this van. First of all, it just came in for a PO299 problem. I fixed one pipe that was leaking on the very, very front, okay? Then I fixed a seal that was leaking close to the turbo. Then I noticed there's a seal broken where the turbo resonator is. Fix that. It still has a PO299. It was leaking so bad, I had a busted pipe, which let me show you. Look at the crack on this thing. That is a crack right there, you see. So, that being said, guys, it was one thing after another after another. And lastly here, this is where's this? This was the result of that other leak right there. It just ripped itself on the side, boom, and leaking out all that diesel. Then there was a leaky turbo downpipe seal that was leaking. There was a leak on the EGR cooler, you know, the whole system. One of the seals was leaking. Then the exhaust manifold seal was leaking. And all of these things will cause a PO299. And I know I'm probably right now missing some stuff, guys. There was just so much, okay? Then another problem that it had, one of the intakes, it just was like stuck unclosed. That's it. Now the reason that it was stuck unclosed is because the swirl valves, well, the swirl valves, I think they were fine, but the servo motor, whoever installed it, broke off all the tabs where it mounts, and the thing was just sort of like, I guess, shaking back there. So one of the legs, it ended up coming apart. So they didn't even bother to glue it with any GB weld, like nothing. So they just kind of like left stuff like alone like that. And what that meant is, well, one of the intake runners just would not be open at all. So this van came to me driving 35 miles an hour, and that's it. That's all it could do. This van has been running for a while. So far, so good. I don't see any leaks. Everything's good. I want to go ahead and check the computer. See what guys, I just read the codes, and there was only 2 codes for intake manifold control stuck. Now, I don't know why that would be the case. We have brand new intake runners. They're made out of metal. It is a brand new servo motor. I've installed everything correctly, so I don't know if that's an old code or if this is something that I did. In that case, I do have a video of how I installed everything, and I believe I have everything correctly as it's supposed to be, so it should not be stuck. Like, everything is installed like precisely, unless there's something wrong with the actual intake manifold itself now, and you know, am I really going to know that, you know? So I'm really hoping that it's working. Guys, you know what's weird? This vehicle about 3 times while sitting, while idling, came back with about similar type of codes. It's trying to tell me that intake runner was stuck, and I keep deleting it. And after the last delete, things actually stay deleted, because once I delete it, like, they would come back immediately. That was the weird thing. And I was like, man, is it something I did? Is it something I didn't do? But at the same time, I know I connected everything. You guys seen it on my work. I was getting ready to go back on my videos and see what did I actually do, because I did everything. Like, I tested them, they were working like by manual, you know, so nothing should have been stuck. But anyways, that being said, this thing's been idling, man. I'm telling you, at least like 30 or 40 minutes. No codes came back. I exited the system. I came back. No codes. So it's been just idling. So let's just rev it. It revs to 4,000 RPMs. And now we're ready for a test drive. Oh boy. Please tell me it is out of the workstation spot. Yeah. It is out, and I actually went ahead and I removed this rear wheel. Boy, it has caught a big nail, and we fixed it, and hopefully this thing will stay inflated. I filled it up almost 70 psi. I figured that's probably similar psi in the other one. It looks about the same. So anyways, we're good. We're good on the tires. So now it's finally time for me to give it a good test drive. That's a big repair. I'm going to go ahead and I just drove this thing out. I'm going to go ahead and just give it a good walk around. I just want to see, is everything good? Is anything leaking? We don't have any leaks. Everything seems to be good. I'm just giving it a walk around, guys, because you never know. By the way, there's my workstation. So it does have some white smoke coming out, but this is nothing that I did or didn't do. I didn't mess with injectors. I didn't see any black death going out. This could be, I don't know, whatever that is. This is not even something I looked at when the vehicle came in, because it came in for a boost leak, and that's what I was working on. And then I noticed a major oil leak, and we fixed the oil cooler seals. Guys, I know I didn't finish talking about this van, you know, with all the stuff I did. I got interrupted a little bit. But anyways, it's time to give it a proper test drive. So I'm parked. Before I get out, let's see. So there is some kind of leak. I could definitely hear it. Yep, it's a boost leak, and it is what I thought it was. As you can see, that seal is being forced all the way out. So that is the weak link right there. So guys, I look underneath. I have no leaks. Everything is looking good so far. And this is the 2 codes that I have. 244B, this fault cannot be found in the data system, but one of them is we're familiar with. PO299 turbo supercharger under boost, and we already know why this is. I just looked at the turbo resonator, and it is leaking with a brand new seal, because that brand new seal is way too big for it. I don't know how is it too big, what's going on here, but it's way too big, and that's what they sold me. So can't really do nothing about that, and that's from Mercedes. Unfortunately, they're letting me down this time, so I have to get a right one. But the at least we don't have no code for intake runner being stuck, because man, that thing was just showing up. It was scaring the heck out of me, because I'm like thinking, like, gosh, like, is it something I did? Man, like, you know, I don't want to hear that, you know, because that means I would have to go back and fix it, and that's just a lot of work trying to pull all that stuff out again. So let's see. Okay, read codes again. So I'm just going to right now just delete these codes because I already know I'm gonna fix that issue. And at slow speeds it's not gonna leak, it's only when I'm accelerating, but it cannot get a proper test with that boost leak.